The young people you see on stage today represent the finest of our region's student musicians. These students are among the best, both musically and academically, and are also leaders in their schools and music programs. Out of respect for the students on stage, parents, and directors, please silence all cell phones and electronic devices. If you have a small child, please keep them close to the exit doors as to not detract from the performance. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with the exit doors located on the right and left of the stage and at the back of the auditorium. Upon the conclusion of the concert, please exit through the doors on the left and right of the stage and pick up your children in the Saunders Fine Arts Building located across the street from the stadium. Before beginning the concert, MTSBOA would like to thank several people who made this clinic weekend possible, including Mid-State Auditions coordinators J.R. Baker, Mitchell Baker, and Chris Seeger, and audition host Antioch High School. Side hosts for the weekend included Embassy Suites of Murfreesboro and Craig Cornish, Dennis Hawkins, and Jennifer Stembridge at the MTSU School of Music. The Mid-State Clinic Coordinator is Todd Shipley, and the Ensemble Coordinator is Stacy Jernigan. For a complete list of MTSBOA personnel, refer to your Mid-State program. And now, a personal message from the conductor of the Nashville Symphony, Giancarlo Guerrero.
My name is Giancarlo Guerrero, conductor of the Nashville Symphony. The students you see on stage represent the best of what music education has to offer in Middle Tennessee. They are the foundation that earns Nashville the title of America's Music City. In an education system that is increasingly data-driven, our lawmakers may ask, why music education? Music teaches students to be accountable to something more than themselves. It connects musicians and the audience through the art of human expression. I have seen this throughout the world, from mentoring students in Costa Rica to making music with my colleagues at the Nashville Symphony. Regardless of age, experience, or socioeconomic status, I assure you, music education is vital. As parents, music educators, and students, you are instrumental in continuing to advocate for music education. I encourage you to take an active role in supporting school music programs. While you hear the students perform on this stage, it will remind you of what is right with today's youth. The Nashville Symphony stands by our educators, parents, and young musicians. By working together, music education will continue to thrive in America's Music City.
Thank you, Maestro Guerrero and the Nashville Symphony, for your continued support of music education in Middle Tennessee. And now, welcome to the stage Miss Debbie Burton, the president of MTSBOA, to introduce today's performance ensemble.
Good morning and welcome to the 2019 All Mid-State Honor Band Concerts. My name is Debbie Burton. I'm the band director at Stewart's Creek High School, and it has been my privilege to serve the MTSBOA as their president. I'd like to thank Middle Tennessee State University School of Music for hosting our concerts and our rehearsals this weekend. I'd also like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to our music industry partners, Innovative Percussion, Music Stop, Pepware, PCB Music, Amro Music, and the Embassy Suites for their continued support of MTSBOA and the All Mid-State events. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Mr. David England, the band director at Upperman Middle School, for serving as our middle school percussion coordinator. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the member directors and private teachers of our association. Events like this could not happen without great teaching and mentoring. Thank you for putting in the long hours before, during, and after school. And I'd like to ask all our member directors and private teachers in the audience if you would stand and be recognized. Lastly, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank the parents of the students on the stage. Your continued patience, support, and encouragement of your child means more to them than they will probably ever let you know. We thank you for supporting your school music programs, and if you are a parent or guardian of a student on the stage, would you please stand to be recognized?
Thank you, Miss Debbie Burton. And now, Miss Debbie Burton, the president of MTSBOA, to introduce today's performance ensemble.
Good morning and welcome to the 2019 All Mid-State Honor Band Concerts. My name is Debbie Burton. I'm the band director at Stewart's Creek High School, and it has been my privilege to serve the MTSBOA as their president. I'd like to thank Middle Tennessee State University School of Music. Their continued patience, support, and encouragement of your child means more to them than they will probably ever let you know. We thank you for supporting your school music programs, and if you are a parent or guardian of a student on the stage, would you please stand to be recognized? is the all-middle Tennessee 7th and 8th grade silver band. The coordinator of the ensemble is Miss Vanessa Cobb, band director at Upperman Middle School. Vanessa, would you please step out and take a bow. The order of today's concert program is Adrenaline Engines, Slain, Eagles Awake, Declaration in Blue, and finally Grand Gallop. And now it is my privilege to introduce the conductor of the 7th and 8th grade silver band, Mr. Jarrell Horton. He currently serves as band director at Vestavia Hills High School in Vestavia Hills, Alabama. Please welcome to the stage the All-Middle Tennessee 7th and 8th grade silver band and their conductor, Jarrell Horton.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out to this concert this morning. I have to tell you, it has been my absolute honor and pleasure to be here with these wonderful students this weekend. And I'm really looking forward to what they have to share with you. So I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I haven't missed a meal. So I happen to think that concerts should also be like nice meals. So we're going to serve you up a little meal this morning, and that was your appetizer. Nice little salad, if you will, kind of spicy and exotic. And we're going to move on now to what I would like to refer to as a palate cleanser. So if you've ever been to a really fancy restaurant when they bring out something like, watermelon sorbet between your meal, that's what we're going to do now. So after that, we're going to have what I consider to be an entree, and it's in an overture style, something that they'll grow into as they get older, playing their instruments. And then we're going to end with 2 desserts and not 1. So I hope you enjoy what we have prepared for you today. So we're going to continue this portion of our concert with slang. Okay, so I know I told you the last two would be dessert. Do you get the point? So I'd like to end the program with the two pieces that we're playing right now, because the last one that we played, this wonderful piece by Robert Smith, is kind of modeled after the jazz idiom, and jazz is the music of America. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Beethoven and the Boys, not American, and that music created right here in the United States of America And I think it's important that our young people know their cultural heritage as well. So the last two things that we have on the program are pieces of music that really celebrate the cultural heritage that we all share right here in the United States of America. So we just finished the Robert W. Smith Decoration in Blue, which is patterned after the jazz idiom. And then the last piece we're gonna play is a gallop. But before we do that, I would just like to take a moment to thank the organizers of this event and all the band directors in this area for allowing me to come and share my weekend with these wonderful young people. I shared with them yesterday that when I was in high school, being a band director was my dream. So they kind of, in a way, are allowing my dreams to come true, and I really, really appreciate that. I do believe that in our life, we can only be the best version of ourselves by allowing the great things that we do to attach with the great things that the people on the left and right of us do, and that's the only way any of us can ever really be perfect. So these people, these young people on the stage today have helped me to be a better teacher, and I really do appreciate that of all of you. I would be remiss if I didn't say, for all of you parents sitting in the audience today, you are surrounded by a great group of music educators. The band directors in this area, they are such great colleagues, and I do believe that they all have the best interest of these young people in their hearts every day, and I just think that's really wonderful. So can you guys give all of your band directors a round of applause? And I always have to ask the students to make sure that they thank their parents for going out in a day like today to come out to a concert or to go buy reeds or valve oil or all those other things that you probably have absolutely no clue what they are. You just get a little note that says you need to go buy this. So students, do you mind giving your parents a round of applause for all the things they do for you? Purchasing instruments, taking you to lessons, and all those good things. And I just want to say once again a thank you to all the band directors here for allowing me to be here this weekend. And so we're going to end our portion of the program with a circus march, or some people like to call them gallops. But they just kind of embody what you would probably visualize in a circus. And this one's really fun. So thank you again for allowing me to be here this